Hi guys, Scott here from TEPIS Paranormal and welcome back to another video. So today what I wanted to do was try something a little bit different. Some of you may have seen in the past that I have previously streamed on my Twitch channel the game Geoguessr. Now Geoguessr is a game where you get placed on a Google Street View in a random location and you have to try and work out where you are using clues surrounding you and by looking around the location. Now I recently learned while looking through Geoguessr that people can create their own unique maps with their own locations. Having searched through the Geoguessr community map list, I've had a number of Geoguessr maps that are paranormal themed. So what I thought I'd do today is spend a bit of time playing through the maps, trying to work out if I know where I am based on famous locations that I recognise, and doing some research to try and figure out and learn about places I don't know. This to me feels like a really good way to expand my knowledge of the paranormal, to learn more about haunted places around the world, and to generally try and just figure out some more within the paranormal world. So without further ado, I'm going to jump straight into the first map, which is Haunted Locations, created by G Bear Guy. So I believe the way Geoguessr works is you get 5 locations per run of the map, so I might try and do 2 for each playthrough of a map I do. As I said, if I don't know the location, we'll cut to a bit of research afterwards where I look at the location and generally just talk about the paranormal activity there and the location's history. If it's a location I know, I might go over it in the video, but if not, we will cut to learn more. So without further ado, let's jump straight into the first map. We're going to start a single player game. I'm not going to give myself a time limit for now, just so I can try and actually gauge the location a little bit. And yeah, let's see what we get. So to start us off, we have got an incredibly coincidental choice. Now, I do know where this is, as you could probably tell. It says it there, for one. For two, it's the Ancient Ram Inn in Wotton. The Ancient Ram Inn is a location that I have now investigated twice, with the second video coming soon on Duty Rhino's YouTube channel. We were actually there a couple of weeks ago. So yeah, this is the Ancient Ram Inn. It used to be a pub. It was purchased by John Humphreys, who lived there until his dying days. According to John, there were a number of paranormal activities within, succubus and incubus behaviour, a witch, a bishop, some ghost children, I believe. Obviously, if you know me at all, you know this location. And if you want to learn more about the location, go and watch Duty Rhino's first paranormal investigation there and watch the second one as soon as it's released. You will also see in my most recent vlog that I was filming in and around this courtyard. But yeah, so this is the Ancient Ram Inn, which I can place on the map. It is north of Yate in the town of Wotton-Under-Edge, and as we zoom in, it's over here. There's the Ancient Ram Inn. We started there. So I believe that is the Ancient Ram Inn. We were 11 yards away, which is the full 5,000 points. That is a good start, I think. Next up we have, okay, another location I recognise. I think these are probably going to be very popular, very famous locations. This is, of course, the Queen Mary, which I believe is docked in Florida. Off the top of my head, the Queen Mary is obviously one of the most haunted ships in the world. I believe it's been investigated by a number of people, including Sam and Colby. I think Ghost Adventures did an episode or 2 there, and I know others like Ghost Hunters have been there. I don't remember the history off the top of my head, so we'll cut now to me just talking a little bit about the history of the Queen Mary and generally going through some of its haunted and paranormal activity. The RMS Queen Mary. The Queen Mary was a British ocean liner that sailed primarily on the North Atlantic Ocean from 1936 to 1967. During the Second World War, the ship was used to transport troops and Allied soldiers during the conflict. Following the war, the ship was refitted to be used for passenger service, and along with the Queen Elizabeth, commenced the 2-ship transatlantic passenger service. In 1967, the Queen Mary left Southampton for the final time and arrived at her final mooring destination, where she's been moored ever since. Following the Queen Mary's docking, claims were made that the ship was haunted. One of the staterooms on the ship is supposedly haunted by the spirit of someone that was murdered there. Other legends include a young girl who haunts the ship's pool, as well as a father who murdered his 2 daughters on board. The hotel specifically promotes room B340 as the most notoriously haunted room on the ship. Okay, so that was the Queen Mary. Like I say, I can probably place that pretty well on a map, he says, now beginning to doubt himself. I actually do not know where it is on the map. I can picture it. I know, obviously, I know it's the Queen Mary. But I do not seem to actually be able to tell you where it is. Queen Mary, Churchill's secret weapon. Yes, we do love the Queen Mary. Uber, Lyft. This has got to be Florida, isn't it? I don't think the Queen Mary's docked in LA. I feel like I'd have remembered that. Long Beach. Long Beach, California. Okay, so I am in the wrong place. So it is down here. Down the very... yeah, there's the Queen Mary. Okay. So I did have that wrong. I believe we were in the car park near the sort of middle of the ship. I would estimate we're probably there. Oh, we were on the corner. Again, another 5,000. My memory of where that was obviously wasn't quite as impressive as I thought. Okay, this one. That's a horrifying image. Is he a real person? Who knows? This is not a movable image. This is just a 360 taken on the spot. Doesn't immediately stand out to me as a location that I recognise, though. Quite a cool water fountain. I don't know what this is. I couldn't even tell you which country this is in, to be honest with you. I assume there's some sort of moat or river there. It's not tall enough to be a chateau, so I'm not going to go France. I think I'm going to have to maybe hazard a guess at England or Central Europe. If I was going to... I was going to make an educated guess, maybe Poland, although the architecture does look a little bit more European, a little bit more English. Maybe I'll go for England, but I don't know what this is, so we're going to learn something here. This is... So I wasn't actually far off. I took an educated guess in Milton Keynes. This was on the outskirts of Coventry. And this is... Oh, this is Combe Abbey. Okay, I know Combe Abbey. Was not aware that's where it was. Combe Abbey is where the... I believe paranormal conventions have happened at Combe Abbey with Sage Paracon UK, I think, taking place there. But yeah, I believe that is what happened there, and is why I have heard of the location as a haunted place. Yeah, so as I thought, Sage Paracon took place in Combe Abbey, so it is a location I've heard of. Again, I will put a bit of history now. Originally built as a monastery in the 12th century, Combe Abbey has an illustrious past. Some of the ghosts spotted at the location include the hooded monk, who is believed to be the ghost of Abbot Geoffrey, brutally murdered in 1345. His cloaked figure can be supposedly seen wandering the grounds, and he's blamed for the poltergeist activity that takes place within the kitchens. One of the other prominent ghosts of the location is Matilda, a young green-eyed girl who was said to have been a stable hand that won the eye of her master. However, after becoming pregnant by him, Matilda is said to have cursed the property, and any young child that is born at the property will be cursed to die young, something that has apparently happened to children born there. And now we know some of the history of Combe Abbey. Okay, moving on to the next one. The next location we have is the Winchester Mystery House. Okay, so again, you've probably heard of the Winchester Mystery House. If not, you'll learn in a minute. It's one of the most famous haunted buildings in America, I would say. Probably one of my favourite haunted buildings in America. Built by Sarah Winchester. she was the spirit spoke to her and essentially told her to continuously build this house to make amends for the people killed by her family's brand of rifle that they created. She was apparently guided the entire way through by the spirits and was essentially told to build this until her dying day. It's thought that the shape of this house, the layout, which is very odd, was done to confuse the spirits. And that it has staircases going nowhere for that exact purpose, so that the spirits will continuously wander around and not be able to leave. It's, as I said, it's one of my favourite haunted places. California. I don't know if it is in California, but we'll take an educated look in a minute at the map and see if we can figure it out. I know it's in America. Again, one of the most famous haunted buildings on the planet, one of my favourites, and just a really cool location. So if we were going to guess where it is, I would probably say San Jose. Where in San Jose? I don't know. Doubt it's going to come up on the map. So I'm just going to I'm going to just guess that it's going to be somewhere a little bit less densely populated. Maybe around here. See what happens. So it is in San Jose. So it is California. It's over here. And it's not really in an unpopulated place like I suspected. It's actually quite a dense area. So we're going to move on again. This is incredible. The Birdcage Theatre would make this Tombstone, Arizona, I believe. I believe the original series of Ghost Adventures was filmed in Tombstone, if I am remembering correctly. Tombstone has a number of different locations. The Birdcage Theatre, I think the OK Corral, unless I am wrong, which I could be. But yeah. Oh, it is Tombstone. I will talk about Tombstone now in a little bit of a history section. I'll tell you some of the paranormal activity that's taking place here and talk about some of the hauntings within, but this is Tombstone, Arizona. Tombstone is said to be haunted by a number of spirits in a number of locations, including Tombstone's main street, the OK Corral, Boot Hill Graveyard, the Birdcage Theatre, Nellie Cashman's Restaurant, Buford House, Shiflin Hall, Big Nose Kate's Saloons, as well as several more. It's said that a number of cowboys' ghosts wander around the town, where several infamous names from the Old West can be supposedly seen in ghost form. Okay, so that was Tombstone. I believe Tombstone is in Arizona, as I have mentioned. If I've just said otherwise in the history piece, then so be it. I will try not to spoil the locations of the places if you're playing along at home in the history sections. Tombstone is down here. There's the Birdcage Theatre. So we are right there. I mean, that was pretty much 3 yards away, pretty spot on. So if we now look at our results from that one, there were a couple that were a little bit of a letdown. Of a total of 25,000 points, we got 24,679, which isn't bad. I'm going to have another go at this one. Okay, so playing it again, obviously we've got the Winchester Mystery House that we've just covered is in San Jose. Let's see if I can remember where. It's over here. We are standing on this side of that, so we're going to be there. So we've covered the ones we've covered, you know. Okay, so we've not covered this one up until now. This is on Hollywood Boulevard, and I'm going to assume that it's that building there, which is the... Is the Eliza Lamb building? This might be the Eliza Lamb building, but I'm not actually 100%. I want to say it's the Hotel Roosevelt, which I don't think is, now I've said it, the Eliza Lamb building. I think that is the Roosevelt Hotel, though. Let's see if we can get a vantage. Yeah, that's the Hotel Roosevelt. The Hollywood Roosevelt Hotel is an old hotel in Los Angeles, California, and is the oldest continually operating hotel in Los Angeles. Throughout the years, there have been a number of rumours of hauntings at the hotel. Some involve celebrities who've previously stayed there, including Marilyn Monroe and Errol Flynn. Others involve a little girl named Caroline who wears a blue dress, and there have also been reports of cold spots, as well as orbs and mysterious phone calls. On Hollywood Boulevard, those of you that have played Grand Theft Auto 5 will know this area fairly well. It's in Los Angeles. I've now got to see if I can actually find it. It's in Hollywood. It is Santa Monica Boulevard. It's got to be off this. Hollywood Walk of Fame. It's around here somewhere. Let's see if we can just get back up here. It's near Madame Tussauds, which is somewhere on the Hollywood Boulevard. However, am I on Hollywood Boulevard? Is it up near the Walk of Fame? The Chinese Theatre. Ah, the Hotel Roosevelt. So there's the Hotel Roosevelt. We started a little bit to the left of that. That's, I would guess that's that. Oh no, wait. Oh, there's the Hollywood Walk of Fame. There's Chinatown, or China Theatre. Sorry. So yeah, I would guess we started probably over here, maybe on this street corner. Let's just go with that. I mean, we were close enough to get 5,000, so it would do. If we go again, I immediately know where this is. This is the Tower of London. Obviously, London, one of the most haunted cities on the planet, supposedly. I've done a few wanders around London, been to a couple of haunted places around London. Never actually been in the Tower of London, though. A few other locations around London that are haunted that I've been in, but never the Tower of London, which is over here near Tower Bridge. There's the Tower of London. Tower Bridge is there, I believe. So we are probably... There's the gate, so we are there. Again, the Tower of London has a lot of interesting spirits, including the ghost of a bear, which I will talk about now. The Tower of London was built by William the Conqueror in the 11th century to defend his status as King of England. During its long history, the Tower of London is said to have accumulated a number of different spirits. These range from the spirit of Guy Fawkes, who is said to have been tortured at the Tower of London, to the ghost of Henry VIII, Sir Walter Raleigh, and many more, including a ghost bear that is said to have been a part of Henry III's wild menagerie that was kept within the tower. But as you can see, we got 5,000 points yet again, so we will have another go here. This, to be honest with you, this map feels very easy. I do know this location as well. This is the Stanley Hotel in Colorado, I believe. I want to say, assuming I'm getting this correct, that this hotel was the inspiration for The Shining for Stephen King. As I mentioned, the Stanley Hotel was the inspiration for Stephen King's The Shining. Built in 1909 as a health retreat for sufferers of tuberculosis, the Stanley Hotel then went on to become one of the most famous hotels in the world. As for its ghosts, I couldn't find an exact list of things said to be happening at the Stanley Hotel. However, a number of paranormal investigators, including ghost hunters and ghost adventures, have done investigations there. I must admit, one thing that I do not know is where in Colorado it is. I would guess northern Colorado. I must admit, I don't know where. I would assume it's got to be around here somewhere. Where are we currently? We're in Denver. I mean, Denver's basically as north as you can go, Fort Collins sort of area. I would assume, based on the surroundings, it's in the middle of a national park. So I would assume it is going to be around here, assuming it is Denver. I don't know why Denver, Colorado stands out to me as the place for it. But I mean, you've got motels in the hills, which sound horrifying, to be honest with you. Creeks. More places. I don't know if I'm going to get this one spot on. What's up here? Oh, there's the Stanley Hotel. I knew it was in this rough area. I was confident that it was Colorado. Now, which direction are we facing? North. I would guess that we are going to be at the very tip of that little road there, maybe. Close enough to get the 5k, not close enough to be spot on. Finally, for this one, we are going to finish off with... Where is this? I don't know which language that is. I don't know which country this is. We can't move from this spot. This one is going to very much catch me off, I think. Doesn't immediately stand out to me as a location I know, so again we're going to learn a little bit. There's a grave to our left. I don't really know where to start with this one. I'm thinking immediately South America. But I don't know for sure. Maybe Mexico. I think I'm going to go for Mexico, which I know is North America. I do not know a location. If you knew this, or if you know this before I press this button, let me know in the comments down below. It's not, it's Romania. That is... Oh, is that Dracula's castle? That is Castle Bran. Okay, right. Bran Castle is said to be Transylvania's most haunted castle. Widely associated with Bram Stoker's Dracula, the castle is said to be haunted by a number of different spirits. I couldn't find an exact list online, however it's said that the souls haunt villagers in the surrounding town as well as the castle itself. Fair enough. Didn't recognise the language, didn't look overly European to me at first. But so we got 20,000, we didn't get any points for that last one. We actually did worse that time around, despite getting 4 perfect scores. But some interesting locations nonetheless. That brings us to the end of this first round of Geoguessr. The map we just did was some of the most famous haunted locations in the world. I think we did pretty well. I think I got some good locations there. I think I had a relatively solid knowledge of some of the more famous ones. One I probably should have recognised, that being Bran's Castle in Romania. The other one I only knew of by name, so it would be interesting to learn a bit more about that location and to read up on it. You will of course already have seen that because I'll have done that during this video, but yeah. I hope you enjoyed this. I'm going to end this video here and then I'm going to do a part 2 where I do another map and then we'll go from there if you enjoy the series. Let me know what you thought, let me know what score you got and if you recognise the locations. I will put a link to the map in the description down below if you want to play along at home. I've been Scott from TEPIS Paranormal and I'll see you in the next video.